What's up, everybody? It's Vicious here, and this isn't the only content I should be making today. There's a leak I want to talk about. But anyway, so DFO released a trailer, and we're going to watch it. It's only a minute and 26 seconds. We're going to go ahead and watch it. I'm going to be quiet, and I'll tell you all about it later. All right, let's go. Oh man, you know what? Bows are kind of useless in battle, or are they? That's funny. I'm glad that this related to this video. That's actually pretty funny. All right, so this video is 1 minute and 26 seconds long, but there wasn't that much content I wanted to discuss in it, and oh my goodness, we'll get to that content. So, if you've been following along since the beginning, especially since the 100-day celebration, you will know that there's a couple of interesting things showed off in this trailer. Now, let's not forget, DNF Duel is I would say, the most known property right now. DFO, even though it has millions of online players and DNF Duel doesn't, on its face, like, it's more famous. Like, you see sales about DNF Duel. You see it all the time on Steam and on PlayStation, etc. Now on the Switch too. So, like, you know, it's beginning to be more known, and people will see it more than they see other things. But so I want to call something to your attention really quickly. So in DNF Duel, we have Ghostblade. This is Ghostblade right here, in case you guys didn't know. This is like the third awakening. And that's Spectre over there. Huh, that's interesting. So they're both in DNF Duel, right? And if we just, is it period? Just go ahead a couple frames. Huh, that's interesting. We don't have these two in DNF Duel, but we are rumored to get them. I'm going to bring up an image really quickly. So during the 100-day celebration, there was a birthday cake for DNF Duel, right? And interesting, you can see there's little heads on the cake, and I don't really need to point it out because there's arrows and red lines and everything, but you can see that Nen Master is on the cake because of her, I don't know what that hairdo is called. It's like Chinese buns or whatever. You got Monk from the priest class. You got Brawler. Very important, Brawler has an eye patch, right? That's something that he has second awakening and up. Okay. Then we have Spectre with the sunglasses, and we knew Spectre was coming. I knew Spectre was coming before this even happened, honestly. Not because somebody told me, but because Spectre obviously was the one. Before DNF Duel released, Spectre was a big to-do in the community. I don't really reach into that community that much, but I could even tell that. Like, it was like fairly obvious. Everybody loves Spectre. Then there's Witch, which is interesting. We're going to talk about that more here in a second. So, like I said, there's Brawler. That's the Neo Awakening. And I believe this is the Neo Awakening for Nen Master to his left and to our right. So, that's cool. You know, it's almost like they're like subliminally advertising them, right? I'd love to see these two within DNF Duel. I've already talked at length about that, so I don't want to talk too much about it. If you need a reminder on how Brawler would play, Brawler is a character that is based on debuffs and physical combat. Brawler has the ability to cause bleed status, to cause poison, to cause blindness. Confusion, I think, is one of them. And he throws objects and he uses chains to bring you closer, kind of like Scorpion, right? And he also fights using these claws, which you don't see in his design there, but we might see in DNF. Also, really interesting, like I said, Brawler only has an eye patch in his Second Awakening. So, a Second Awakening and Neo Awakening. So, that's interesting. And Nim Master only has her Chinese buns, and I don't know, those Chinese buns, that hairstyle in Second Awakening and a little bit in the Third Awakening, you can see, right? It's more pertinent in her Second Awakening, but yeah. Alright, so there's the fighters, and what do we have here? We got the gunners. Disappointing for me because I wanted Assault or Blitz to be like the next male gunner. This isn't anything confirmed, but let's say that they're trying to show us something that they know is being worked on, right? Like, oh man, Spitfire. We're going to have Spitfire in DNF. Look at Spitfire we're advertising here. See the cool Spitfire? I think that's what's happening here. Possibly. Just because of, well, the example we just showed with Brawler and Nin Master, right? But, we only have 5 characters in the past. So, this might be season 2. Who knows? Maybe it's season 1. I don't know. Then we have Mechanic actually looking like Mechanic. So this one's confusing to me because we have Launcher in DNF Duel, but she's not dressed like Launcher. She's dressed like Mechanic. And if they put Mechanic in the game, the opposite could be true, which would be interesting because I actually like the way Launcher looks more. But these are two that kind of throw the whole thing off, right? Because otherwise, there's the mages here, right? And this is Witch right here. And if we go back to my little vigil here, we'll see that Witch is one of the ones that was thought to be on the cake. Really, this could be several of them, right? That's the problem with this cake here. There's like a little bald spot on the head for whatever reason. It could be for the hat, but it could be the hairstyle. Like this is a naughty smile here. It might be Witch, who knows? But that's one of the speculated characters. I think Witch, I don't remember who. I had to go back and see, but I think Witch might have been the second or like the highest voted character since Enchantress got announced, right? On my page. Then we have Glacial Master, which is the most wanted male mage according to my poll. So if my poll is like a small reflection of what people play with online in DFO or what people like in DFO, then we might see Glacial Master, which I'm happy for people who want that. Personally, for me, I'm a little sad because I want a Dimension Walker. I think Dimension Walker is the coolest one. And besides that, Elemental Bomber, I can't believe there's not... you know what? I'm tripping. Battle Mage is the one that won. People want Battle Mage. They don't want Witch. So who knows? I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm just saying Glacial Master, definitely super popular. And Battle Mage was popular on my polls. But Witch, I actually want Witch more than I want Battle Mage, but it's just a personal opinion. I would have been good with any of the female mages. I just wish that they had put Dimension Walker. They would put Dimension Walker in, or like Elemental Bomber, because we got a mage that only specializes in ice and a mage that only specializes in wind. Kind of feels like less of a mage in my imagination, but it is what it is. Here, so we have Inquisitor in DNF Duel. We do not have Monk. This is Neo Awakening Monk. And if we go back to our Vigil here, we got our Visual, I guess I should say. Vigil's like for dead people or whatever. Anyway, we have Monk. So Monk is what this cross is supposed to represent, even though, it could be female Crusader. But let's hope it's not female Crusader, right? Monk, he attacks with a cross on his arm. So, yeah, them putting Monk in, Seems pretty cool. They're already trying to hype us up for it. And we got Inquisitor's stupid ass. Rogue! Alright, so, I think that, hopefully, I'm not going to say it was because of me. Hopefully, somebody in the DNF Duel, development team, they've been watching my videos. They know what I like. But Rogue is also super popular. We've already talked about Rogue, and I didn't talk about Monk. Monk fights using hand-to-hand combat. He's somewhat like a boxer. So Thief, how she differs from the Kunoichi variant of Thief. Thief. How Rogue differs from the Kunoichi variant of Thief is that Rogue is really fast. She has specials that will cancel into other specials. And she just moves around the screen really fast. She has really fast techniques, really unique techniques. When I think of a Rogue character that specializes in short swords or daggers, this is like the type of character that I imagine. Very well executed. Between Rogue, it would have been between Shadow Dancer and Necromancer, which, honestly, you could do Necromancer with a mage. There's a couple of different summoners, which there's another one I want to talk about here in a second, but let's talk about how hype this is. I love the idea that they're showcasing Rogue. I love Rogue. This is my favorite class, and I love a lot of their classes. All right, Chaos Knight. So this is one that I was debating on with Jax Vex, actually, because on this cake, this hair is pink or red. I can't really tell what color it is, but I don't know. So is the hair of the female mages, and Chaos Knight. It's pink or red, one of the two. But as you can see here, this is why I say that the hairstyle and the devious face might have something to do with it. Because look at her. She has a devious face and she has the wings on her ears, right? So maybe this isn't hair at all, but rather wings instead. And that would make sense. And the reason why Chaos Knight is a perfect follow-up from what we were just talking about is because you don't need Necromancer. There's other characters that have abilities like that. And Chaos Knight is one of them. Chaos Knight summons familiars, summons demons, etc., etc. The same way in which Necromancer summons the undead, like vampires and ghouls and stuff like that. Very similar stuff. So I think that would be great. And the fact that she has two different color eyes, by the way. So let's go back to that cake picture. Two different color eyes. We don't really see an eye color here. Now, the witch, she has standard eyes just like the rest of them, and they just have the black eyes, right? But her eyes are white, and Chaos Knight has different colored eyes. So maybe they just didn't feel like making it too on the nose. But anyway, I think that's the most interesting part of that cake, right? Yeah, so that's Chaos Knight. This one is one I want, but in hindsight, I want the duelist. I forget the name of him. The really fast one. He's like the opposite of Vanguard, right? This is Impaler. Impaler is a zoner. Impaler looks cool. Kind of looks like Belial from Grand Blue Fantasy Versus and a couple other characters, but. Interesting thing, during their first run of announcing Season 1 of DNF Duel, they have a silhouette that kind of resembles him, right? And it kind of resembles Brawler too. Let me see if I can find that. Alright, I'm almost certain this is the last one I'm going to talk about. It's been 13 minutes already. So, if we look at this Season Pass plan, right? You can see the way the shoulders are. If this means anything, if this silhouette means anything. You can see the purple, and you can see that black and purple are the colors, the accent colors for this character, right? And you can see how his shoulders are. Now look at the shoulders of this character, right? In the purple for Fall. And Fall is purple. I'm just saying, if this ends up being Impaler, that means that the Season 1 guesses are wrong, and it means that those characters could possibly be within Season 1, but they might have different plans, and they might have plans for Season 2 already. But that's all I got to say for this video. I'm done. I'm out. I just saw this trailer earlier, and I was like, wow, this seems like it'd be really cool. So, yeah. Anyway, later.